With the first pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Anise Dabansa Jr. from Brigham Young University.
A dream come true for A.J. Dabansa. Wanted his full name announced by Commissioner Adam Silver to honor his father, who was born in the Republic of the Congo and relocated to France before moving to the Boston area in 1989. And Kenny, you brought it up. It's not just the person, it's a family celebration, a night made for 30 families.
Man, this is incredible. I've been watching AJ, it got me nervous when they announced his real name. I was like, who's that? But, seeing him play since the 6th grade, I used to coach I still do, coach AAU teams, and his teams used to always play against ours in 6th grade. And now I'm watching him walk across the stage. I've known his dad since he was in the 6th grade as well, their family. This is a great moment and well-deserving.
With the second pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Darren Peterson from the University of Kansas.
Our NBA draft analyst, Jeremy Wu, had him as the #1 player on the board. He did not work out for the Jazz. Second year in a row this happened.
Doesn't matter.
Ace Bailey didn't work out. They still took him 5th overall. Why does it not matter?
Because I actually think he's more of a point guard with the ball in his hands. He can play next to Keontae George. You think of the size they have with Jaren Jackson in Utah, Laurie Marketing. They have a special team. And look, he's a prolific scorer. He's not an elite scorer. He's a prolific scorer. The most pure jump shot in this NBA draft. Has a very high basketball IQ. I get that people have question marks about his availability, but if you watch this dude play in high school, he didn't miss a game, not one practice every single day. Obviously had cramps he had to deal with in college, but I think it's one of the most special players we have in the draft.
With the third pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Cameron Boozer from Duke University.
Looks like we win again, Kenny.
Much discussion on that. His first hug is from his pops. Carlos, drafted 35th overall in 2002 in the NBA draft by the Cavs. And CC, mom played such a critical role, and of course surrounded by his brothers. Cameron Boozer, everywhere he goes, he wins. No matter what it is, he elevates the talent always around him. We saw that at Duke in his only year.
And these next two picks I love between Cameron Boozer and Caleb Wilson. And Cameron Boozer, a lot of people will say, hey, well, they tell you all the things he doesn't do. But he does all the things he's supposed to do extremely well. He's an A- across the board with some A+ tendencies as well. And I think right out of the gate, he's a 25-10 kind of guy.
With the fourth pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Chicago Bulls select Caleb Wilson from the University of North Carolina.
Duke in Carolina.
Good pick, man.
That's
I love that for the Bulls.
Saying that.
I love that for my Bulls.
Yes, I think that we talk about upside in a draft. This is the definition of upside.
Yes, it is.
And every game he got better in a Tar Heel uniform. When he was coming out of high school, everyone thought he was a really, really good player. But he would also played in the summers with Cameron on the same AAU team. So at times was outshadowed by he and his brother. And then all of a sudden, he gets the ball in his hand, and he becomes the lead dog.
With the fifth pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the LA Clippers select Keaton Wagler from the University of Illinois.
What a journey for this young man. I mean, we talk about some young kids that were top 100 in the SEC next. Keaton Wagler was an unheralded 3-star recruit out of high school, overlooked in the Kansas City area, and man, he made his presence known in one season at Illinois.
One season at Illinois, a guy who was had projected to redshirt this year, and then they leads him to a Final Four.
With the sixth pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Michael Brown Jr. from the University of Louisville.
He's the first Louisville player taken in the top 10 since Samaki Walker back in 1996. He brought the Carolina suit too there, Jay, with the lapels. You called the game where he dropped 46 points in there.
He gets to a spot similar to Keaton Wagler. His range is different. He can do it more off the dribble, Kenny.
Yes.
RJ, like that's what makes his game dynamic.
With the 7th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Darius Acuff Jr. from the University of Arkansas.
The 2026 SEC Player of the Year, the man can fill it up, a talented shot creator.
It reminds me a lot of Stephon Marbury with the explosiveness in which he plays, his ability to attack the rim. And, you know, Kenny, you're going to love this about him. Most guards don't understand that their shoulders are actually knives and they're weapons that you can attack the lower portion of a player's body. He understands that.
With the 8th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Kingston Flemings from the University of Houston.
Kingston set a freshman program record at Houston for points and assists. You talk about a ton of talent on that Cougar team, and they joined in, and Kelvin Sampson said, you're the best player. You got to play like the best player.
Well, you know, you talk about Kingston, there's a couple of things that he's going to notice. He's going to be playing for something right away, where some of the other draft picks are ahead of him. I might have to wait 2 or 3 years to be playing.
With the 9th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Morez Johnson Jr. from the University of Michigan.
There were 3 Michigan players from that national championship, and we were wondering, could one of them now go to Dallas because of that man, Dusty May, as the head coach?
Well, I am not surprised to see this pick. One, I like what Dallas is building. I do like they have an opportunity to start over. You have Cooper Flagg there. You have your centerpiece. Now can you surround him with the right type of players, the wing players, the athletic players? That's what they're going to need. I still think that they're going to need more shooting, but I love this pick for Dallas.
With the 10th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Braden Burries from the University of Arizona.
Braden Burries, we've got one big fan right now as he goes to Milwaukee. RJ, you want to just keep on going?
Yeah, I'll keep on going.
Segment.
This young man is outstanding. One of the things I love about this young man, Arizona hadn't been to a Final Four in 25 years since I was there.
I know.
And I know Duke, North Carolina is going to talk a lot of trash about that. But for this young man and that group, including Koa Pete, to do what they have done all season long.
With the 11th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select Yaxel Lendeborg from the University of Michigan.
What a story. The 23-year-old senior from Michigan.
And now they told me they want him to play right away.
Yes.
He plays off the ball.
Yes.
He's an elder.
Shoot.
He's an elder player in college basketball. He's not 19. He's not 17. He knows his game. He's versatile. He can handle the ball. He can defend 1, 2, 3, and 4 at times. That's what they need. They need someone off their bench who could actually produce. And maybe if someone gets hurt, be in starter minutes. So, yes, good pick. This is I want you to play now, young man, right now.
And you see the long hug.
With the 12th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Adai Mara from Zaragoza, Spain, and the University of Michigan.
Just think about coming off the way they lost with Chet Holmgren and Isaiah, right? Hartenstein. You get a guy like Adai Mara now, you're adding depth to that front court. You're not going to have that problem moving forward because you're not moving this dude out of the way. Obviously from Spain, I think one of the most talented players in this draft with his size, his frame, and his shooting ability.
This is a pick to counter Victor Wembanyama.
With the 13th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Miami Heat select Nate Ament from the University of Tennessee.
I love this pick, guys, immediately, because when you talk about length and what he could potentially do, He joins a team, a Milwaukee team that continues to rebuild and that has Burries, and now they have Amen.
19 years old, 6'9.5", 6'11" wingspan. I call him a shapeshifter just because he changes the geometry of the court with his size and his length.
And with the 14th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Hannes Steinbach from Würzburg, Germany, and the University of Washington.
This young man, you talk about the size that he brings at Washington, a forward center, 22 double-doubles, tied for the most in Division I. Averaged 18 points and 12 rebounds.
No, outstanding.
With the 15th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Chicago Bulls select Dalen Swain from the University of Texas.
So the Bulls went with Caleb Wilson, 4th overall, and now they go with a Texas guard, Dalen Swain, led the team in points, rebounds, and assists, as well as steals per game. 22 games in the SEC where he had 15 points and 5 rebounds. Jay Will, what do you think of this pick?
I like his size. I like his frame. To me, this is a sleeper pick. I don't think a lot of people had it.
Find a teammate here for Cameron.
Yeah, I like
With the
that.
16th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Bennett Sturtz from the University of Iowa.
Yes, sir.
Shooter.
Yes, sir.
Cameron, you love the pick, huh?
I love that pick right there. I was actually talking to his dad this morning, so I like that a lot.
Young man's fearless.
Yes, sir.
And his journey, of course, has found him to the biggest stage. He was fantastic during the tournament.
Yeah, he was fantastic. His ability to play makers was ball second to none in college basketball. You know, he's able to find people. He's able to get his own shot off at the same time. This is a really good pickup for Memphis, you know. And this now traded again via all these different ways it got to where it's going to get. But this is a really good player, and he's really skilled at his position. He's going to come in. He knows what he's going to do.
With the 17th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Ebuka Okori from Stanford University.
Oh, wow.
Kevin, Ebuka Okori is one of the coldest guards in this draft. RJ, you made mention of Kyrie before. He has Kyrie-like feel to him when he dances with the rock. Yes. A little bit undersized, but can shoot the ball. An elite scorer. I've called multiple of his games at Stanford during the ACC tournament. When I tell you this is the sleeper pick of the first round of the NBA draft, like, that's what this is. That's how talented this player is. He can get his shot up against anybody. An elite score-making guard. Is good at angles of attack. Has different array of shots at the rim as well. He is a cold-blooded assassin.
With the 18th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Christian Anderson Jr. from Texas Tech University.
Maybe all Big 12 first team, Big 12 most improved player, 6'1", 180 pounds, the Texas Tech guard.
And when you look at Kobe White, they have him in Charlotte. You look at LaMelo Ball, but I still think they need more guard play. Again, we've talked about the amount of guards that the best teams are carrying on their roster. And again, when he's able to defend, we know LaMelo Ball is a solid defender at best currently right now in his position. To have another guard that can come in, play defense, change the pace, and keep up that style of play that the Hornets like to play with, that's important.
With the 19th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select Alan Graves from Santa Clara University.
Another Santa Clara basketball star. We've seen this. Pajemski in 2023 picked 19th overall, going to Golden State. Jalen Williams, 12th overall in 2022. Going to Oklahoma City. The program is building guys to the next level. Wingspan's the storyline, Jay Will, when you look at this young man.
Yeah, I mean, he has positional sides. He has the ability to shoot the ball and to play inside out.
With the 20th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Jaden Quaintance from the University of Kentucky.
So they go with size here. Jaden not here at the NBA draft, but they pick the young man from Kentucky, who's 6'9", a forward center. And Jay Will, you're a big fan of Jaden.
Well, he was at Arizona State beforehand when he was healthy. Couldn't get on the court really with Kentucky. but he became just the 4th Big 12 freshman to record 60 blocks and 25 steals in the last 20 years.
Gosh.
That's with Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, and Tristan Thompson. 6'9", 7'5.5" wingspan. When I tell you the footwork, the touch, if he weren't hurt last year, he would have been one of the best players in college basketball.
Fewest minutes played in a draft year, 68 minutes by a first-round pick since Michael Porter Jr. in 2018.
With the 21st pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Kareem Lopez from Hermosillo, Mexico, and the New Zealand Breakers of the NBL.
Yeah, you know what? Lopez actually played for a team that myself and Carmelo Anthony invested in the NBL. And so we talked to him, his dad, and that was in Australia, when he played in Australia initially. So this guy, he's a strong rebounder. He's a tough player. You know, he's played against men for the last 2 or 3 years. Those leagues that over there, they might not be at skills as physical at times as the NCAA, but they're much more physical.
With the 22nd pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select LeBaron Philon Jr. from the University of Alabama.
Wow. LeBaron's been waiting patiently. Finally heard his name called, and it's an interesting setup when you look who they already have with VJ Edgecombe as well as Tyrese Maxey.
Well, and yeah, but that's also, VJ Edgecombe is the reason why Jared McCain, they moved on for him. He's a year older. He's a year older in the draft process. So when you look at it, it's like, if Jared McCain comes up, are we going to pay him when we got VJ Edgecombe and we got Tyrese Maxey? So now you're able to get another young guard that can be behind that kind of timeline, that timeline where he can develop. You still have 3 very small guards. There was a stigma about them. Jalen Brunson broke that down.
With the 23rd pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Zuby Ejiofor from St. John's University.
He's the only Division I player with 15 points, 2 blocks per game last season. And he's the first player to win Big East Player and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season since a Nick. Josh Hart did it in the 2016-2017 season, Jay Will.
I tell you, he led St. John's in scoring, rebounding, assists, and blocks.
With the 24th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Cameron Carr from Baylor University.
So once again, this pick, the Baylor product, sophomore guard, will go to L.A. as part of a trade with the Knicks.
Well, 67 dunks a year, man, super athletic.
Yeah, super athletic. And the other thing about this is, like, you know, you're either going to go to the world's greatest arena and play with the world champions, or you're going to play with possibly the greatest basketball players in this generation with LeBron James.
And with the 25th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select Sergio De La Rey from Valladolid, Spain,
for us,
and the Valencia Basketball Club.
Sergio led Valencia to the 2025 Spanish Super Cup title. By the way, this pick, again, reminding everybody, is going to New York here. He's a guard at 6'6", 175 pounds, youngest to win the Spanish Super Cup tournament MVP. Again, he's 19. Here's the commissioner.
Pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Denver Nuggets select Terrace Reed Jr. from the University of Connecticut.
Size.
Yeah. You need, you know, when Jokic goes out the game, the guy is a rim runner, he's a shot blocker, and he's physical. And he's a load inside. I thought at times he took a back seat a little bit too much in terms of the scoring load. But you could drop the ball to him and he can score. He can also run the rim and he can throw alley-oops.
Ready for this, guys? News just came in that this pick has been traded to the Spurs.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, we talked about that with the Spurs.
Yes, we did.
I said it earlier. I said Terrace Reed for the Spurs because he needed size.
But not just size. I mean, mentality-wise, like, he'll fight you.
Yeah, they needed an enforcer.
They need an enforcer, and he can be that.
With the 27th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Boston Celtics select Chris Sunak Jr. from the University of Houston.
The forward averaged 10 points, 10 rebounds over the final 6 games of the season. Averaged just under 10 points and 8 rebounds, and just the physical toughness that he brings to any team. We saw that with the Cougars, Jay Will.
Just size, athleticism, his ability to shoot the ball as well. It's kind of like a freak of nature, frankly.
It says Timberwolves. This is for the Nets. Here's the commissioner, Adam Silver.
I like Jefferson.
With the 28th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Joshua Jefferson from Iowa State University.
Were you saying you like Richard Jefferson, or were you saying you like Joshua?
I will say
Definitely the former.
Listen, I was the first Jefferson ever drafted in the NBA, which is hard to believe.
Not the
So welcome.
Well, he's moving on up right past you right now,
Hey,
right?
go ahead.
He's the first Iowa State player taken in the first round since Tyrese Halliburton in 2020, 12th overall.
What a great moving on up for a reference.
I'm proud of you. Are you okay?
So good. It was so natural.
And with the 29th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Alex Caravan from the University of Connecticut.
Alex Caravan, the senior star out of UConn. And again, a reminder, this pick is going to Sacramento as part of a trade. And you look at his history and all the talent through UConn, no one won more games than Caravan.
Which is crazy to think about when you think about the UConn pedigree between Ray Allen and Khalid Amin and Rip Hamilton, all the best players to play there. But one of the most elite shooters in this NBA draft, 6'7", 6'8", can also defend with good positional size, and just has a great understanding of floor spacing combined with high basketball IQ, and can play off a ton of dribble penetration.
With the 30th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Koa Pete from the University of Arizona.
RJ seems to like
And
this
that
pick.
concludes the first round.
Sorry,
The second
the
round
clapping.
of the draft will begin tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on ESPN. Thank you and good night.
Commissioner, thank you so much. Of course, 30 picks in. And for Koa Pete, you talk about value and where he's going right now?
There are so many things that he's able to do. Again, you look at the numbers that he put up. He is a winner. The athleticism is there. The size. He didn't have a great draft workout, but I think that those are things that can develop over time. His shooting, the things that needed to be corrected. But like I said, he won 4 state championships, played for the USA, won 4 gold medals, and then took Arizona to its first Final Four in 25 years. That is a lot of pressure that this young man has always played and answered the call.